What's good with it, BlakGooseTV family? Double salute as always. Fluenceboxing is in the building. Thursday night, we here, we live. We got some things to discuss when it comes to the boxing side of the game. And let me tell you right now, we ain't playing no games when it comes to these particular topics. So hopefully, y'all tuned in, y'all paying attention. We here, baby. Triple G Canelo 3 is finally going to happen. I feel like this year is like the year of all the boxing matchups in the last like 4 to 5 years. Some could say three that we never thought would get. Is finally going to come true. Now, I'm not talking about all those matchups tonight. We're going to stay specific. We're going to stay, prime time on the particular topics that we have in place. But with that being said, I still have to point out the fact that we have some of the most craziest fights either happening or speculated to happen in this year that, at least in the last 4 to 5 years, I didn't think was actually ever going to be put into play. And just for me to run through it real quick, AJ versus Tyson Fury supposedly supposed to happen December, you know what I'm saying? 3rd, we'll see. We'll see about that. Then obviously Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence is supposed to be a done deal for November 19th. We'll see about that. And then obviously, if you want to move forward just a little bit, we got this weekend Canelo Triple G3 happening, and we did not expect that to happen. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm absolutely excited for what's to come on the boxing side of the game, but we're gonna keep it specific when it comes to tonight. We're gonna first dive into obviously Canelo versus Triple G3. We got some people in the building. We're gonna show some love. Johnny Bouger is back in. What's up, White Duck Radio? What's happening with it? That's a I love that joke. That's clever. That's clever. I said that the last stream. It's clever. I always gotta give salute to that joke. You know what I'm saying? We got Hugh Jazz in the building. Hey, it's a black person. And then after he says shush, so he's trolling. But hey, man, I always support freedom of speech. Say whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, roast me. You know what I'm saying? If you had a profile picture, I'll roast you. I really don't care. But anyways, if you up in here, just know we're gonna be talking boxing for the most part. So y'all control, have some fun. I don't really care. Do your thing, but at the end of the day, we're gonna stick to boxing. We're gonna talk that boxing, and we're gonna do what we do. Yeah, we support you. We love them, man. Freedom of speech. Nick, talk your shit. Don't let them silence you. You feel me? So with that being said, if you guys are up in here, man, and you know what I'm saying, you're chilling, it's Thursday night, it's almost the weekend, you're having some fun. Hit the like button for your boys, subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. And then of course notification gang, so you know whenever I'm dropping something. And then have fun. You know what I'm saying? Drop stuff in the live chat, drop your comments, all that good stuff. I don't really care. But all right, let's get right into it, man. We're gonna be talking about Canelo. We're gonna be talking about Triple G3. There's going to be specifics. After that, we are going to get into a little bit of the Devin Haney side of the game. Then also, obviously, after the Devin Haney side of the game, we will touch on Terrence Crawford versus Spence, supposedly being confirmed for this year, November 19th. But we'll get into we'll talk about that later. But Canelo Triple G, what do I want to talk about? What do I want to say? What do I want to point out? What do I want to focus on when it comes to this particular fight? One of the biggest things is me personally, I did not expect for this fight to happen. The reason why I didn't expect to happen was because if you guys don't remember, we can rewind this back 2.5 years, 3 years. Triple G specifically signed with DAZN for the Canelo fight. And let's think about this too. We can even connect the dots. Terrence Crawford, he left Top. Well, you know what I'm saying? He obviously he was contractually not obligated to fight any more fights with Top Rank. But after he became a free agent, he ended up suing Top Rank because he was promised to get the Earl Spence fight. So put that in perspective. We'll see how that lawsuit ends up going. You know what I'm saying? We'll see who wins that. But put that into perspective. Terrence Crawford sued Top Rank for a fight not happening that was promised and guaranteed in his contract, supposedly what they're saying. Triple G, it was public. It was made public that he signed with DAZN specifically for that Canelo 3 fight, the third fight, the trilogy. Now, the only thing that he just didn't put into play, what his team didn't think about, what they didn't think would actually happen was, okay, yeah, we're going to give you this fight. Not only are you going to get this fight, trust me, you're going to get paid an enormous amount of money for getting the fight. All these things are true. But we forgot to tell you, there might be a possibility that we're gonna wait 3 to 4 years before you actually get it. As long as you're still signed up under us, of course you're gonna get this fight, Triple G. But we never really promised you when you will get the fight. And that's almost like what that seems like was coming into play. Allegedly, that's just what I'm seeing from my perspective. I'm not trying to disrespect in no type of way, but just from my perspective, outside looking in, personally, when you see Triple G having to wait as long as he did for this fight to happen, you've seen Canelo move up in weight. Like, Canelo was willing to fight bigger fighters, a weight class he's never been in. And of course, he did a beautiful job when he knocked out Kovalev. It was an absolutely beautiful job. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but respect when it comes to that happening. But even with that being the case, you still have to put into your mind, like, if you're willing to take these leaps and bounds, if you're willing to take these risks, he fought Bivol, lost to Bivol, probably thought he was going to beat Bivol. Why did it take so long for this Triple G fight to happen? What's the reasoning behind that? A lot of people who saw the first fight, a lot of people would say, okay, Canelo lost. A lot of people would say that. There's few who says Canelo won. Second fight, a lot of people said, hey, 50-50. Some say Canelo won. Some people say Triple G won. I hear a little bit more on the side of Canelo won, right? So in reality, and then a lot of people also forget during this time frame, this is when there was a little bit of a tainted type of ideal look when it comes to Canelo, because we all know, what I'm saying, Canelo, he that was the first time of him ever testing positive for a banned substance. And obviously they ended up saying it was, some meat that he ate in Mexico, regardless of how you want to look at it, what I'm saying, if you want to believe it, whatever the case may be. That wasn't the greatest time when it came to how people started to perceive Canelo, because Canelo was supposed to be the guy who was going to take the torch after Floyd. Now, ultimately, in hindsight, we hear where we are now. It's obvious that Canelo did have, definitely take the torch, did what he did, and now he's in a position where he is the face of boxing. But regardless, during that particular time, he was definitely looked at in a certain type of way that wasn't the most beautiful, light. So a lot of people forget that. Regardless if you want to say horse meat, whatever, he did get popped for it. I'm not saying that's something you hold against him. I'm just stating the facts. So with that being the case, questionable draw for the first fight with Triple G. A lot of people say Triple G won. Majority do. Let's be honest. Second fight, 50-50, my personal opinion. A little bit more people lean toward Canelo for the second fight, but, so in essence, two very close fights. So the third fight, it only makes sense that it would be a close fight if it happened right after that second fight, because there would be an adjustment made. Think about this. Boxing is so technical. Boxing is so specific. It's an art at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how you want to see it, how you want to feel about it. It's an art. Adjustments are everything. And one of the problems that a lot of people would say when it came to Triple G in that second fight against Canelo was he didn't make an adjustment. Canelo did. Canelo made an adjustment. He fought differently. Canelo wanted to be a little bit prettier on the first fight. Didn't work. Second fight, he said, let me get gritty. Triple G came with the same. So we all know there would have been an adjustment to the game plan when it came to Triple G's side for that third fight. The only problem now is he going to be able to implement it in the same fashion, or at least in a way, technically, physically, where he can beat Canelo with him being an older fighter now? That's the problem now. Before, he would have been able to do it no problem, obviously, because he was still in his prime or on his way out of his prime. Now, he's going to implement a new game plan, but will it be effective based off of whether or not age is going to be a problem? So that's, what I'm saying, that's what it comes down to. So we're gonna have to when I'm watching the fight, that's gonna be the most specific thing, or the most particular thing that I'm gonna be looking for when it becomes between the Triple G and Canelo fight, and that's it's really an old tale. That's what everybody's talking about at the end. At the end of the day, is when it comes to Triple G, age. Is age going to be a factor? Is age going to be a problem? Is he going to be too slow? He had trouble against Murata. He had difficulty with Ryota Murata, and Ryota Murata is not really that good. If he had trouble with Ryota Murata, then he's going to have trouble with Canelo. Yeah, that could be true. That's actually a good point right there from Patrick. He said Canelo is bigger too. Nobody is talking about his size. No one is talking about the fight that they're, the fact that they're fighting at a bigger weight class. It's a catch weight bout, right? So if it's a catch weight bout, obviously Triple G is going to be fighting at a weight class that he's not used to be fighting at. Is that going to be another thing that's going to come into play that's going to hinder him? We've seen, obviously this is two different sports, but we've seen in MMA, Tony Ferguson. He moved up in weight, thinking that's going to help him. Like, my personal opinion, I think moving up in weight, the older you get when it comes to combat sports, that's not necessarily the smartest thing to do. I think Jose Aldo, even though we're talking about a different combat sport, did it the best way. You want to move down in weight because you have to be more disciplined, more strict, workout regimen, diet. Everything you do is more strict. Everything you do is more honed in. Everything you do is more based off of making sure my performance is at its peak. When you move up in weight, there's this little bit room, of I can be, I don't have to be as strict because I'm not cutting as much weight. This is all, opinionated, obviously, what I'm saying. None of it is true, but this is just how I see it. I think it's always better for an older fighter to move down in weight, or at least really specify or really stay on the weight he wants to be, in order to really have the best longevity. And that's where Triple G is done. He's always stayed at 160. He's never really fluctuated. So in this particular instance, for him to even, let's even talk about that, for him to get the fight, it had to be at a catch weight. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up some reaction video. But before that, I'm going to go to a little bit more rants, though, too. Because, I huge ass, Johnny Bouger, my teacher, appreciate y'all. But, y'all up in here trolling, man. I appreciate it, man. I ain't got no problem with it. Y'all express your opinion. Patrick Cineros said, but, I want to hear the boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about some boxing. Canelo has physically gotten bigger since their early fights. Yeah. And you got to think about this. Think about how young Canelo was when he fought Triple G those first two times. Canelo's still only 32. Still only 30. I know you did it, Johnny. My bad, bro. I ain't calling you out, dog. Jose Aldo was super strict on his diet and literally changed his walk around weight. Did it like a professional. And he hasn't missed weight once. That's impressive. He has not missed weight once at neither weight classes. That is a true professional. My bad, Johnny. Nah, number love. Hugh did, for sure. He was he out here on troll side of the game. He think he in Lord of the Rings. You feel me? What do you think? I don't really care. Anyways, so I'm like, with all that being said, you feel me? Why isn't these things being brought up? Why aren't these things being paid attention to? Why isn't these things being the topic of conversation when it comes to Canelo and Triple G? The topic of conversation for most people when it comes to Canelo and Triple G is Father Time. Triple G is 40. He looked bad against Murata. He looked bad in every fight he's had since the Canelo, loss. Triple G's 40. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm hearing. All I'm hearing is like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I hope Canelo doesn't hurt him too bad. Like, they really treating him disrespectfully, and I don't want it to turn into this. My bad. Little drippage on the nose side of the gang. You feel me? It's cold out here, man. Let me live. Salute, Johnny Bouger. You already know. But I'm like, other than that, why is nobody being honest when it comes to the Canelo aspect? That this fight is a lot closer than what people think it is. Andrew Tate's back in the building. Got the top G here. Salute. But why isn't anybody paying attention to that? I don't know. Maybe because people really do think Triple G is washed and he's done. I watched that Ryota Murata fight. I don't care what he says. I really think Ryota Murata is getting disrespected for his skill level. I really think Murata is a solid fighter. I think he would beat Jaime Munguia. That's my personal opinion. I think Ryota Murata would give God dang, I just forgot his name, bro. Smith. Colum Smith. I think he would give Colum Smith all the trouble in the world. I think Billy Joe Saunders would have some troubles with Ryota Murata. The downplay on Triple G has been significant. This isn't me advocating saying Triple G is going to win. I just think this fight is a lot closer than what people are saying. I think we have to pay more attention to both sides. Yes, age is a factor. And maybe I'm boosting Triple G the same way my guy Zen was boosting Luis Ortiz. Zen boosted Luis Ortiz. I really thought he was good. But even though Luis Ortiz with Andy Ruiz was a close fight, If it wasn't for those knockdowns, Luis Ortiz could have possibly got a draw or one. Be honest. Do you think Canelo is just going to smash him? No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think, personally. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a competitive fight. I think we're going to see these two guys get in the ring. And I think we're going to be surprised with what we see from Triple G. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the point I'm just kind of really want to implement. Because I'm like, this joint happening this Saturday. It's crazy, man. It's almost crazy. Because I feel like some people are downplaying how good the last, like, months, really, it's been for combat sports, period. So I kind of forgot this fight was happening. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's already Thursday, and I haven't even really, talked about this fight that much. So it's kind of crazy. So, but this is a big fight. A lot of people was wondering if Canelo was going to give Triple G that, that third opportunity. It didn't seem like he was, and then out of nowhere, he loses to Bivol, and now he wants to fight Triple G. Someone talk to me about that. Why specifically did Canelo decide to fight Triple G after the Bivol loss? Was it in his contract? Some people said it was in his contract. A lot of people said, me included, that his contract included him to fight Bivol. He thought he was going to win, but then he was going to have to fight Triple G. And then after he fought Triple G, most likely he was going to fight John Ryder. That was the expected contract. And then next year, his plan was to go and, take care of the PBC guys. That was the expected, or the rumor going around. You feel me? But Canelo lost to Bivol, and it kind of effed everything up. And really, a lot of people were saying, like, oh, Canelo's being respect to Canelo because he's going to fight Triple G still, and then he's going to fight Bivol after. It's like, nah, y'all don't understand. That wasn't in the contract because he moved up. There was no rematch clause for Bivol and Canelo. People don't understand that. He was contractually obligated to fight Triple G next. That's what he agreed to. Because remember, he had two choices. He had the PBC package or he had his own package. So a lot of people don't remember that. Or a lot of people don't even want to pay attention to that detail. Eddie Hearn said he's worried Canelo's going to try to go for the kill and be over-aggressive. I can see that happening, but to be honest, I think it depends on what Canelo is going to feel in the fight. Because as Triple G does in Triple G fashion, he'll get hit a lot in the first 4 or 5 rounds. And a lot of people, you watch it and you think, Canelo's done, or you'll be like, Triple G's done, or he's getting weak, or he's getting tired or fatigued, and these shots are hitting him. But a lot of times he's just really absorbing, he's reading, and then he starts breaking the guys down, just like Ryota Murata. A lot of people said against Ryota Murata, he didn't look good, but I was like, that was Triple G fashion. Yeah, a little bit older, but that's Triple G fashion. He takes some big shots, figures out his opponent, then he starts landing the bigger shots. Patrick said, Bivol versus Beterbiev is a fight I've been wanting to see for years. Well, I won't lie to you. I think Zurdo Ramirez, that's another fight. Zurdo Ramirez versus Bivol is a hell of a fight. And this is the thing about Canelo versus Bivol too happening, is because we have a fight like Bivol versus Zurdo Ramirez happening, Beterbiev versus Yard. Like the light heavyweight division is packed, man. It's like, Canelo, stay your ass in your division. We want to see Bivol versus Zurdo Ramirez fight the winner of Yard versus Beterbiev. That's what we want to see if you're a true boxing fan. I don't need Canelo trying to interject. Canelo, go take care of business down in your weight class. There's enough dudes you need to fight. You need to fight David Benavidez. You need to fight Jamal Charlo. You need to go fight Demetrius Andrade. You finally fighting Triple G. I'm not saying you've been ducking none of them, but I'm like, all right, we saw your greatness. You had your fun, but you lost to Bivol. I'm done with your little jump ups. I don't want to see a rematch against Bivol. That does nothing for me, because that does nothing for neither of the divisions except hold everything up. Get out of here with that. Let's have Bivol versus Zurdo Ramirez, duke it out. Beterbiev versus Yard. Unfortunately, Beterbiev had that injury. So, man, we were going to have such a stacked year. October was supposed to be the motherfucking month. We was going to have Yard versus Beterbiev, but they pushed that out. The fight's still happening, but it's going to happen most likely early next year. But, man, let's see the winner of those fight each other. You feel me? And we still even got Buatsi waiting in the somewhere behind the shadows, just peeking out. Even though Buatsi, man, you fucking up. You is. How you let Anthony Yarde get the better Bill fight before you, bruh? But all right, I've done enough of my rants. I will continue to rant because now I'm feeling real rant ready. Earlier, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to set everything up and I was stumbling a little bit because y'all was talking so much shit. But I love it, man. Talk y'all shit. But now I'm here, man. Well suited, well booted, feeling great. We're gonna pull up some videos. And then also too, another thing too, man. Xfinity been playing with my emotions, so it was acting up a little bit earlier too. So I didn't want to play no videos too early because you know what I'm saying, it was on the skippity skip side of the game. Like, you know what I'm saying, we was playing hopscotch or something. So we're gonna pull up some videos real quick. The very first one, of course, we're gonna be watching the Triple G and Canelo face off because it's this weekend, guys. I still feel like the promotion's kind of on the weak side of the game, but I think Eddie Hearn, anything involved with Eddie Hearn and his big fighters like AJ, Canelo, I think he's making so much money outside of the U.S. I think he just doesn't really care about promoting in the U.S. like that. That's what I'm really starting to feel like, man. Because I feel like both of these, I feel like the AJ Usyk 2 fight was underpromoted in the U.S. and I feel like this is a little bit underpromoted in the U.S. All right, but let's go ahead. I'll do the we do a face off. Because I'm like, it's already Thursday. Like, why haven't I been hearing about this crazy since like last week? Open workout. I guess they had the open workout a minute ago, like three, four weeks ago, something like that. All right, I'm gonna pull up the stare down. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. I'll do it this way. Salute to the people. Happy Thursday. It's almost a weekend. This week went by crazy, man. Crazy fast. Like, for real. Not even finna lie to you. All right, here we go. Hopefully it's not crazy music. I'll turn that joint down. You know what I'm saying?
Stare down this week. The press conference just wrapping up. Canelo Alvarez and Gennadiy Golovkin meet face to face here on stage.
Triple G look bigger than Canelo, man. I'm gonna wind it back real quick since it's a little blurry. You feel me?
Another stare down this week. The press conference just wrapping up. Canelo Alvarez and Gennadiy Golovkin meet face to face here on stage.
It's a hell of a stare down. I won't lie. Damn. That is a hell of a stare down. You can tell Triple G still cutting. Real quick, I don't know if you guys noticed, but you can tell Triple G's cutting weight, boy. His eyes still look sunken in. This is the thing, too. This is the thing to think about when it comes to Triple G. What if this entire time he's been cutting so much weight that him having a 4 or 5 pound or whatever difference is going to help him, especially as he's older and it's harder for him to cut the weight? Because I'm looking at his eyes, looking at his cheekbones, and then look at Canelo. Canelo looks like he's either Canelo's having a great cut or he doesn't have to cut weight at all. It's one of the two. Either Canelo is having a great cut or he doesn't have to cut weight at all. Because look at Canelo. He doesn't even look like he's cutting weight. Triple G, on the other hand, brother look like he looks dehydrated a little bit. Eyes sucking in. So this is interesting. Maybe I'm underestimating this catch weight bout. Maybe I'm underestimating. This might be in favor of Triple G if Triple G is able to use them couple of extra pounds where it's like, I don't got to cut. Like these pounds have been killing me. Y'all don't know. As I'm getting older, you think I'm just out there just losing the first 2-3 rounds, whatever the case may be. No, that's not the case. This weight cut is killing me now. I got to get a minute to get started. I don't know, man. Starting to lead toward triple. Canelo did the nod first with respect. I don't know if y'all saw that. Look at that. Go back. Look, first person to break it. Canelo did the nod. Y'all know what I mean? Look. Respect. Respect. Let's get it. What y'all think? This is going to be the biggest selling boxing fight of this year? Is Canelo versus Triple G really going to do a mill? Eddie Hearn says he thinks it's going to do at least a mill. I don't know if it's going to do no mill. That's crazy talk.
One of many fight week events these two will go through. You saw a very jovial Gennadiy Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez. It will reserve business-like here. Cracking the joke here at the tail end.
I guess it's for the pictures of wearing all the belts, but I'm like, nigga, this ain't for no belts.
Of the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Look, I ain't mad at it. But the one thing that, in my opinion, was very clear was Triple G was he was cutting weight. Triple G's eyes was sunken in. Looked like he needed some food ASAP. But y'all know the weigh-ins is tomorrow. So, and then when he looked at Canelo looked like he was full of life, man. Yeah, he may be cutting some weight, but it didn't look like it was significant to the point where I'm watching that, that face-off, stare down, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, man, he looked like he eating good, man. And so it's going to be interesting because I think one thing is that I can put into play, or at least I can say, is maybe Triple G has been doing the Jose Aldo this entire time. Bring this thing full circle. What do I mean by that? I just complimented. I just gave much respect to someone like Jose Aldo, what I was basically saying, look, he did it the right way. As he got older, and he didn't see success in his weight class the way he did when he was younger, he decided to move down. And that is more effective than moving up. Why is that the reason? In my personal opinion, is more effective moving up because there's no leeway to cut, cheat, or get relaxed. As you get older, you look for more ways out. When I'm talking about physical challenges, okay? Because physically you start to deteriorate as you get older. So as you get older, you start to look for little ways out physically when it comes to physical challenges. Jose Aldo was like, I'm going to cut more weight, which means he's going to have to stay even more disciplined, be more on point. And that's the way to go as you get older. That's my personal opinion. When you look at Triple G now, maybe he's been doing this, bring it full circle, his entire career. Maybe he knew he never could make 160. You too big for that, Triple G. No way, man. You're not naturally being able to make 160. That's crazy. But he's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it over and over and over because as I get older, it will keep me in check. It will always make sure I'm disciplined. It will always make sure I do what I need to do to make sure I'm there for the fight and I'm showing up and I'm taking care of things. Triple G ain't never ate no Mexican steak. And if he did, they ain't finding his system. Man, I'm talking a little shit, but that's a possibility that I see in my head. We'll see if that's the case. We'll see if it's not. At the end of the day, I might be in the same boat as my guy Zim was with Luis Ortiz. We was both heard how that how that shit went. And, what I'm saying? It's cool, but I don't want to be overhyping anybody. I don't want to be over, the top with nobody, but I really do feel the way I feel when it comes to this particular fight. I just really, after seeing that face off, after seeing that it looks like Triple G is really cutting weight, Canelo looks full, healthy. That can be a benefit for Triple G, not having to cut as much weight as he's used to. So that means there's going to be maybe a little bit more left in the tank than usually. You know what I'm saying? Especially as being an older fighter, I think that's going to be a benefit. Especially this entire time, the weight class he's fought at has been a discipline. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, well, we about to pull up real quick. We're gonna throw up a little bit of the press conference. Why not? I'm gonna see what Canelo got to say.
you a few questions. I know that you have a very special presentation to make to your friend and trainer and manager, Eddie Reynoso.
Sí, este es el premio que se ganó en el 2021 del Manager del Año, Eddie Reynoso. Felicidades.
What do you get? Trainer of the year or something? I'm gonna pause it real quick. We got last one in the building. What's good with it? Last one. Hey man, hope you're well. Who you picking? I'm leaning toward Triple G right now. I'm not gonna give the official prediction probably till tomorrow, but I'm leaning toward Triple G. I don't like the disrespect they've been giving Triple G. Who you leaning toward? Last one. Don't give us the straight pick, but just kind of how you feeling. You know what I'm saying? Your prediction.
So, welcome to the Fight Week press conference. I've seen a serious side to you this week. I know you're always smiling, but the pain of defeat last time is forgotten about. But very excited about this fight. I've not really seen you like this in a fight before, and I can't wait as a fan of both you guys to watch this fight. I think we're in for an incredible night on Saturday.
Así es, estoy muy contento de regresar al cuadrilátero, contento de que ya estemos unos días muy emocionado, motivado. Después de mi pelea pasada, obviamente nos dolió mucho, pero como hombres hay que seguir adelante, seguir por el camino de la grandeza, y me siento contento, motivado de estar aquí, agradecido con toda la gente, el apoyo que siempre me han brindado. El sábado haremos lo mejor de nosotros para ganar y así será primero Dios.
Yes, I'm really happy to be back in the ring and just a couple of days out now from the fight. Really motivated to be here. Obviously the defeat hurt, but you know, we're back on the path to greatness, and I'm really delighted to be here. And I want to thank everyone for the support. And you know, on Saturday you're going to see the best of me.
Again, that emotion that you showed in this fight as well. Do you need to keep that emotion under a lid in the ring, or are you ready to let it all out there? And you talked about wanting to end this fight by knockout as well. People always talk about fighters fighting off emotion. You're going to be in control of that on Saturday.
Eddie, like, please don't fight off emotion.
Así es, no, yo trabajo bajo presión, trabajo mejor, y la verdad es que quiero terminar esta pelea antes de los 12 asaltos. Sé que será muy complicado. Sé que no será fácil, pero nada es fácil en esta vida, y yo vine a lograr lo complicado, así que me emociona mucho, me motivé mucho para entrenar, hacer un gran campamento, porque mi tirada es terminar esta pelea antes de los 12 asaltos. Sé que tengo un gran rival enfrente, un rival muy fuerte, muy inteligente, pero esa es mi tirada para esta pelea.
Yes, you know, I feel like I work better under pressure, and the pressure I put on myself is to finish this inside the distance for 12 rounds. I know it's going to be very difficult, but nothing in life is easy. You know, I always look to achieve what's difficult, and I've been really excited and really motivated during my training camp to try and finish this before 12 rounds. And I've got a really tough rival in front of me, a strong, intelligent opponent, but that will be my aim on Saturday night.
I know you said
Y'all can't tell me Triple G don't look like this nigga cutting weight. This is a catch weight bout, y'all. You can't tell. Triple G is a big guy. I'm like, Canelo looks like he is having a great weight cut. Triple G looks like he's still cutting the 160. Am I lying? Look at him. I don't know. I think we're going to be surprised what we see from Triple G. I think him not having to cut those extra 2 pounds at his age, we might see something different. Last one said, be my man pick Triple G. I'm an underdog all day. This is Triple G's last shot, not only to make up for the past wrongs, but the man has proved himself as a monster. So you got Triple G, man. I'm leaning toward the same way. I also think that this weight cut, for him to being allowed to not, you know, he doesn't have to drop all the way to 160, maybe just do, you know, just, I think it's the catch weight battle is like 165 or something like that. I think that's really going to be helpful for Triple G at his age right now. I'm really interested in this fight. I'm really leaning toward Triple G right now. I'm like, look at him. He still looks like he's cutting weight. Canelo looked full. He looked healthy. So we'll see, man. I still can't believe this shit is tomorrow, man. I still feel like this shit was underpromoted.
You're almost bored of the head-to-heads. Now we're going to do another one in a minute. But you said, you know,
Fine. I just wanted to be in the fight. I'm ready.
I think Canelo's going to be surprised, man.
you believe.
I think he's
Saturday
finna get a
night event
different
is
Triple
great
G, man. He
rivalry,
ain't gonna
a
get the same
rivalry
Triple
that
G he remember.
boxing has always needed. Every great champions need great rivalries, but on Saturday night you will finish this rivalry between you and Gennadiy Golovkin.
It's gonna be difficult, but that's what I want, and that's what I want to accomplish Saturday night.
And finally,
Oh,
obviously, we've allowed fans in here today. There'll be thousands of fans outside the T-Mobile for the weigh-in tomorrow. A packed T-Mobile arena, Mexican Independence Weekend as well. A few words for your fans in Mexico.
La verdad es que estoy muy agradecido con ustedes, el apoyo que me brindan, y espero el sábado todos juntos gritemos ¡Viva México, cabrones!
On Saturday night, we'll all be shouting "Viva Mexico, cabrones!"
Well, thank you to the fans here. As I said, tomorrow.
I will say this: that shit is packed. So if there's things to come off of just that. Eddie Hearn predicts a $1 million pay-per-view sale. I don't know if it's going to be a milli, but that's what he's saying. Canelo is ready for this fight. Last one said for sure, but Triple G has been getting himself ready for this fight for years. That's the thing. I won't even lie to you, man. I'm like, Canelo does look confident, but he doesn't look as confident as usual. Like what I see off of this press conference, I could be completely wrong. I think Canelo's really just thinking like, man, this is a big fight. This was a fight that, you know, regardless of anybody wants to say anything about it, from the outside looking in, it looks like you avoided this fight. Triple G took the money from Eddie Hearn, co-promotional deal at the end of the day, but he took the money from Eddie Hearn to be in the same promotional company with you to make the third fight easy. This isn't a Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. You can't blame either fighter, even though a lot of people try to blame Terrence, but you can't blame either fighter. You can't. Because they're in different promotional companies. And if you know how that goes and if you know how that works, when you're in different promotional companies, it's hard to make fights. Big fights happen because we're talking about splits. We're talking about 50-50, 50-40, 60-40, 75, extra. In this particular case, Triple G went exactly with the same promotional company and said, I want this fight. And it didn't happen until 3 years later, 2.5, whatever the case may be. That's crazy, man. For the trilogy fight to happen this much later, how many times? Usually in every combat sports, they make the most of a trilogy fight. As recent as I can remember, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. There was no long delays. There was no long waits to get the next fight happen and the third fight happen. Trilogies fights happen in proximity. They happen close next to each other. It's only a little bit of time that passes. This is probably the only trilogy fight where we're talking about the second fight happening 3 to 4 years before the third fight happening. Like, nigga, this is like it's crazy, man. It's like a movie, bro. I made Jurassic Park 3 in 1998, and I made the fourth one in 2020. Why did it take so long? I don't even remember what happened in the last movie. But I don't blame that on nobody, except I'm going to keep that to myself. But it's just crazy that this is happening now. I'm very interested in it. I think it should be bigger than what it is. I still feel like it's not given enough attention that's going on right now. But I just explained the reason why. It's because of the long delay. That's just the case. All right, so what we're going to do now, I actually want to pull this up right here. Canelo saying, all right, this is one. Canelo talking about he's using Triple G for the Bivol rematch. So we're going to pull this up right here. Canelo talking this shit, man. How many pay-per-views do you think he's going to sell? Eddie Hearn said 1 mil. Hell no, I ain't going to do no mil, in my personal opinion. But that's what he said. All right, I'm going to pull this up. Last one second. Oh, look how fast AJ Fury is. If they want it done, it gets done. Spence versus Arrow is all on the promoters. Yeah, that's why. That's like this. And I know what you mean. He said Spence versus Arrow. He meant Spence versus Terrence Crawford. But that's why a lot of people they want to talk shit. See, the media grabs shit and people run with shit. A lot of people wanted to focus on, there was racist accusations in the lawsuit. No one knows if that's confirmed. What I do know, Terrence Crawford sued Bob Arum because he promised him the fight with Earl Spence, the same way Triple G was promised the Canelo fight. There was rumbles of Triple G getting very, 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 very upset. Very unhappy with the DAZN organization because he's like, yo, I signed with y'all because y'all told me I was going to get this Canelo fight. I think it would do Emil Canelo's first comeback fight. All right. Emil, I'm like $1 million pay-per-views in today's era. That's crazy. That's wild.
Esa es la intención, antes de que sean los 12 rounds.
Pues esa es la intención. Obviamente va a ser complicado. Sabemos el rival que es Golovkin, pero...
Hold on, let me see if I can get some captions on this bitch. I was like, I'm surprised he's speaking straight Spanish, but I guess there's a reason why, because the time period, because or the timing. You know what I'm saying? Is yeah, know what time.
Esa es la intención, antes de que sean los 12 rounds.
Pues esa es la intención. Obviamente va a ser complicado. Sabemos el rival que es Golovkin, pero esa es la intención y nos preparamos para eso. Nos preparamos también para los 12 asaltos y ahora sí que estamos listos para cualquier cosa.
Siempre es especial el 15 de esta fecha.
Sí, es muy especial. Imagínate representar a mi país en estas fechas de la independencia de México, pues es una gran responsabilidad, pero con esa misma responsabilidad ahora sí que lo asumo y estoy muy contento y muy orgulloso de representar a mi país. No, pues.
That's crazy. I thought they were going to have an English translator like they always do. That's crazy. They don't even have, I'm like, they really like, man, F y'all. That's why I told y'all, I'm like, Eddie Hearn don't care about his American fan base, man. I'm like, he's getting too much money outside of that. So he probably told Canelo, he said, if you want to just be talking straight Spanish, go ahead, man. They ain't finna buy your fight, but we got enough money. We ain't tripping. That was crazy. I thought he was finna at least have a translator for you, boy. It's all good. I'm not tripping. All right, so this is what we're gonna do next. Because we did the face-offs between Triple G. And, I've been disrespectful. I've been only showing what Canelo's been saying. So let's get a little Triple G interview in here before we switch topics. I've been disrespectful, man. Let me see if I can find something for Triple. All right, here we go. Oh. I don't want to do the 7:55. The 5 minutes 32. I like that right there. Here we go. All right, so we're going to watch a little bit of some Triple G right here, man, because we ain't been watching no Triple G. We've been doing all Canelo. I've been giving all love to Canelo. So right, we show some love to Triple G. It's like, how can you be in Triple G's corner, saluting him, saying he's finna be, I'm giving him a better chance than everybody else, but you're not even showing no videos, man. So let's pull up some things on the Triple G side of the game. Salute to everybody, man. Hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button. If y'all come up in here later, please show some love. You feel me? Salute the lost one as always, man. Nothing but respect, man. You being up here showing some love. Canelo and Usyk know English 100%. They just trolling. See, Usyk, I'm not sure. I think Usyk knows English, but I don't think he speaks it well. But I'm like, Canelo has shown, like, bro, you've been specifically working on your English to appeal to the English, to the U.S. market. But this particular fight, you just, like, there's no English. That's what you want. I'm not mad at it. Do what you do. If I had my own language, I probably would be stingy just like that. But I'm still like, man, come on, man. Where's the translator? There's no translator. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about Danny Jacobs. I did. I was like, Danny Jacobs was this guy. He ruined that. Eddie Hearn, man, he's a great promoter to an extent when it comes to, like, his side of the game, but he's ruined a lot of U.S. boxers' careers when he tried to make it seem like he would really create something. I told my girl about Danny's back cancer, and she was screaming for him during the fight. Yeah. Danny Jacobs, man, he's going to be one of those guys where I'm like, he's never going to get the credit he deserves, unfortunately. One of the craziest stories. Well, let's see what Triple G got to say up in here.
Of course, you're going to continue fighting, right? So Canelo mentioned that he's open even for a 4-5. What is your opinion? Because I heard that, and you are willing to do the 4-5 against Canelo?
знаете, ты остаешься в боксе, пока ты востребован. То есть всегда должно быть предложение, да, каково. Я скажу больше, у меня есть планы, не отталкиваясь от того, как закончится этот поединок. То есть мне не интересно, у меня есть планы и 160, у меня есть планы и на дальнейшую свою спортивную карьеру, да. То есть если он будет, опять же, да, то есть если мы говорим за какую-то ничью, и у нас нарисовывается четвертый бой,
I know he's saying something where he's really passionate about it.
но это будет уже по совсем другим условиям. То есть, хотелось бы поучаствовать в этом, да.
Well, you stay in boxing where you're still in demand, and when there are offers for fights, of course. And I have certain plans, without any doubt, regardless of the outcome of this fight, and whether it's going to be a draw and the fourth fight is going to be offered. I would say why not, if people want it.
Да, скажите, не забывайте, что у меня 160 еще три пояса.
And you should not forget that I have 3 belts at 160. Still.
Yeah, that's what any other Mexican.
Oh,
in your
Triple G
career,
talking his
I mean,
shit,
in
boy.
160, or
He said,
even
"Don't
high-
forget, I
it
still
is
got them belts at
168.
160." He said, "Ask yourself, what is Triple G?"
Even
I'm
Marathon
with you,
is
Lost One. I think people are disrespecting
guys.
Triple G, man. I don't know, man. The confidence in him,
Mexicans of strength.
how he's talking about 160. It almost seems as if he's like, I don't care what happens in this fight, bruh.
Yeah, no.
Y'all think I'm done. Y'all think I'm worried about this age shit. Did you just see Luis Ortiz? I'm on the same shit. Look at his energy.
Last question, please.
Do you think the desperation
I
of the
can't
fight,
go against
Gennadiy,
Triple G,
given that
man.
odds are it will be the
That's
last
it.
fight of the whole series, does lend itself for this fight to be the best of the three?
Right back. Give me 1 minute. I got you back.
Ну, то есть, да, если как-то так предполагать, то есть отталкиваться от возраста, отталкиваться от той ситуации, ну, от того, насколько мы друг друга знаем, можно, да, так предположить. Но опять же, я хотел бы, чтобы вас не принижал те 2 наших предыдущих боя, потому что они уже история, они уже имеют место быть в истории. И они были замечательные, выдающиеся, я считаю так. Да, может быть, какие-то моменты там не получилось у нас закончить досрочно, но они имеют место быть. Это совершенно другой бой, он будет, я думаю, большим, грандиозным, запоминающимся, на что, по крайней мере, я надеюсь.
I don't want you to belittle those 2 fights. Those 2 fights were exciting, outstanding fights, and they are memorable. They'll go into history, and I hope that this fight is going to be an exciting fight that will go into history as well. Maybe during the first 2 fights, we were unable to achieve some of the plans that we had in mind to finish those fights by stoppage, but it doesn't matter. Those fights have their place in history, and this is going to be a very interesting fight.
Next one, Gennadiy. You've already secured your legacy, you're a Hall of Fame fighter, and everything.
I hope.
Well, for me, you are.
That's a fact, Lost One.
Я никогда не читал правила.
I said that earlier too. I was like, man, that's one thing that's not debatable. The first fight, Triple G won. The second fight is debatable.
We should go to the Hall of Fame, right?
Well, you get my
I don't know exactly.
The second fight is debatable.
So, I guess part one of my question is, do you find it disrespectful that Canelo is trying to say he's going to finish your career when you get to finish your career on your own terms?
Oh, I want to hear
The
this
second part
answer.
of that is,
I want to hear this answer.
I can't remember you ever being the underdog before. Is that enjoyable to you?
I want to hear this
Less
answer.
pressure maybe, and
Ну, опять же, да, то есть я не считаю вообще, не считаюсь с его словами.
Good question from the reporter. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Ту ахинею, которую он несет, да. С этим я не считаюсь, да, то есть. И опять же.
You can tell he got real serious after that.
Общаться с Матчрумом, то есть.
He didn't like that question. He was like, man,
Underdog. Но ни в коем случае
ain't nobody finna finish my career except me. I'm translating for Triple G right now.
First of all, I don't pay attention to any nonsense that he's saying. I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
Look how serious
And,
Triple G looks.
Secondly, again, you talk to Matchroom a lot. They think I'm an underdog, but I don't think that way. I believe in myself. I feel great. I'm ready for the fight.
Please stop talking about it. Eddie Hearn. Too much.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
I was looking at the odds. Vegas odds.
That was great. I'm always fascinated by like the relationships or the way things are communicated between a fighter and a translator. Because I'm like looking at the translator, it was almost like he was feeling his energy, the way he was speaking, the confidence. You know what I'm saying? How he was just the translator when he was talking, he was bucking up, he was kind of smiling while he was doing it. That's always interesting. It's like the energy is translated not only through words, but also just the way it's being said. And it's like that. Triple G is very confident. He looks in great shape. He looked in great shape against Ryota Murata. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. People want to say, oh, you know, he looked slow against Ryota Murata in the beginning fights, or he had trouble getting Ryota Murata out of there. I'm like, did you guys forget he fought Ryota Murata in his backyard, Japan? At a time he usually never fights. He used to U.S. times. And it's like nobody wants to acknowledge that Triple G went over there to fight him. He didn't fight him in the U.S. That's how much a dog Triple G is at the age he's at. So, you know, I could be boosting him up crazy. I don't know. Y'all probably like, y'all sounding biased. Also, even with the translation, it's very hard for the true meanings to get through. Yeah, that is true. That's true. That's a fact. But I was like, you could tell, man, the confidence from Triple G is, I think we're going to have something crazy happen, man. Jose Samuel in the building was good with it. Talk about Crawford and Spence. Talk about Crawford and Spence. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there for real. Next up, I want to speak on the Devin Haney open workout. That's the next up. But my last few thoughts when it comes to Triple G and Canelo is I do think people are underestimating Triple G. At the end of the day, don't underestimate what he's accomplished. Don't underestimate what he's done. He is older. Maybe I'm on the Luis Ortiz side of the game. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, all right, he got all the skill in the world. Age don't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But I think this is going to be a little bit different. I think it's going to be a little bit different. I think we're going to see Triple G go up in there. He's going to shock the world. But we'll see. I'm not going to give my official decision on that, but y'all stop disrespecting Triple G's name. That's all I got to say. All right. I want to go into the Devin Haney workout. But before we do that, y'all already talking about Jose Samuel here, pound for pound Crawford. Last one said Crawford all day. Let's do it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We'll do the Devin Haney subject last. Let's talk about it. It's official, supposedly. It's not official, but it's official. Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. They've agreed on principle. I hope y'all understand what that means. They've agreed on principle. So we don't got the signed contract yet. That's basically saying both of the sides agreed verbally. They probably sent both of the contracts out to each other. They had a lot of negotiations, changed a lot of things, a lot of money being, swapped up, percentages, etc. And then at the end of the day, what ended up happening is, all right, we agreed on the principle. I like everything I see in the contract. You like everything that you see in the contract. We don't got to change anything up. There's no reason for us to change anything up. So with that being said, most likely we probably going to sign. So probably right now, all we're waiting for is the pen to the pad. We're waiting for the signature. But even with that being said, there's still a possibility there may not be a signature. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? But it most likely will happen. So what we finna do, and the reason why I feel that way, there's actually a video. Either it's already dropped. I ain't paying no attention because I don't really care what time it is right now, but it's probably already dropped. Well, I'm reading the article, but I'm just gonna throw this one up right here just so you guys can know the truth. You feel me? There's no pen to pad yet. So here I got you. But it's principle. We ain't talking about school or nothing like that. There's different definitions to words and meanings and things like that. So all right. Well, yeah, I can't really see it like that. Hold on. That's a little bit better. Last one said, always be wary of an old man in a profession where old men die young. Damn. That's deep. Respect, Lost One. Always respect. Jose Salmon said my English is bad, but I'm here with your channel. No problem, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate you, Lost One, all that. So Spence Crawford agreed to terms in principle for undisputed welterweight championship. So as y'all can see, it's not official. It's not a done deal just yet, but they have agreed. And now remember, too, there has not been a response. This is what I'm going to get to right here. ESPN.com boxing insider Mike Compinger was the first to report the latest development. Representatives from PBC declined the comment, but several representatives claimed a lack of awareness of any such progress made, though at least 3 parties familiar with the situation were confident of the event moving forward. So I'm going to say that one more time because I kind of butchered a little bit of the words. Representatives from PBC declined to comment. Several representatives claimed a lack of awareness of any such progress made, though at least 3 parties familiar with the situation were confident of the event moving forward. That sounds a little bit discouraging, but I'm still, me personally, I'm going to still stay confident because Mike Compinger, man, he's like, if y'all, you know what I'm saying, if y'all on the basketball side of the game, you know, Woj, whenever he reports anything, usually happens. Or who's the other dude, Brian Windhurst or something like that? Mike Compinger, man. Well, usually Dan Raphael is actually that guy. Dan Raphael is actually a lot better than Mike Compinger. But Compinger's been on, he's been announcing a lot of big fights early as of late. Compinger's kind of the new guy. Dan Raphael, he used to be the guy. He's part of the boxing scene too. So maybe I shouldn't be this confident. I don't know. Am I psyching myself out? Because I didn't pay that much attention to this. Anyways, it has yet to be confirmed whether Showtime or Fox Sports will carry the pay-per-view event. Showtime is the front runner and expected platform, though BoxingScene.com has learned that Fox Sports, to which PBC is contractually bound to deliver a certain number of pay-per-view events per year, is prepared to aggressively bid to secure the event. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, that's right. No, I understand. That's why I said it's deep. It's definitely deep. Maybe November 19th. No, that's the projected date. That's what they're putting out there right now. I'll go ahead and skip down to that. That's what they're saying. They're projecting it to happen. Because all the other stuff is fluff. It's making a long article out of nothing. But see, even in this particular article, so there's here it goes right here. This is what you're talking about. It's a little bit earlier in the joint. BoxingScene.com has learned that talks between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford have resulted in both fighters agreeing to terms in principle. This matter is now in the hands of their respective legal teams to button up final details, which hopes that a deal will be signed by both parties in the coming days. Once finalized, the welterweight super fight is expected to headline a November 19th pay-per-view event from MGM Grand Arena, according to multiple parties familiar with such talks. So that's earlier in the article. The matchup date and location have been speculated behind closed doors negotiations for the past several months. And then that's when we get back to the boxing insider Mike Compinger was the first to report it. But it's just weird. Representatives from PBC declined to comment. Several representatives claimed lack of awareness. But I think they're just doing that because I think PBC, they're just kind of keeping things hush-hush till they have a signed deal. All right, so most likely, me personally, I'm pretty confident to say that we're most likely going to get this fight in November 19th. I think it's going to happen. So if that's the case, right? If this fight is indeed going to happen, what's the outcome? Who's winning? And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier when I was like, man, we've had some of the craziest, surprising fights being made and we're watching when it comes to this year. And I think we've really underappreciated when it comes to the boxing side of the game, man. That's why I give respect to Joshua, man. AJ Usyk 2, great fight. We got Joseph Parker versus Joe Joyce coming up, crazy. Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz just happened, great fight. You know, we got Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. happening, great fight. You know, regardless of what anybody wants to say, Robert Helenius, Deontay Wilder, I'm excited for it. You know, the fights that we're going to see, then supposedly Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua might get made. You know, And I know I'm missing a lot of fights right now that I should be talking about. But then now we talk about Spence and Crawford happening. Oh, Devin, Haney, George Kambosos 2 is happening. Great fight. It's crazy, man. We got a lot of things going on, man. If Crawford wins the fight, he said he will go after Charlo. Yeah. I think this is what I think is going to happen. I think regardless of who wins, there's going to be a rematch clause for either fighter. So we're going to see a rematch between the two regardless. I don't care who wins. There's going to be a rematch clause. There's going to be too much money to be made. Too much pride on the line. Too much ego. I'm going to be interested to see if Crawford's just a straight free agent now and he's just negotiating on his own shit because he hasn't signed with anybody. Respect to that if he's doing that. Jose Samuel said, I love Crawford. I want Crawford to win. Yeah, man, I'm a big Crawford fan. I was one of those guys. I was preaching for Crawford a long time ago, man. I was young now. Young. Getting older now. Back in the day, man, I was, people didn't understand. I was like, man, can't be manipulated just by the markets. You got to appreciate what you see. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. That's going to be a great fight. This is going to be a close fight. I'm not going to say necessarily who's going to win the fight right now. No need to spoil it because we got a way to go. Because as you can see, it's not even a done deal yet. But the biggest thing I want to shed light on is the fact that it's not a done deal yet. There's some things we can pull up too. I'm going to say this too. Because I want to give appreciation. That's what I want everybody to know, man. I'm excited for the Canelo Triple G fight. And this is what I do usually. I have to hype myself up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I feel like there ain't been enough talked about when something, hype myself up. Think about it, talk about it, make some sense of it. Crawford's angers for being uncontested in 3 divisions. That's Pacquiao, Mayweather, and many more. Never did. Okay, I know what you're saying. He's looking to be a 3-division champ. Yeah. Yep. Lightweight, junior welterweight, then he's trying to do welterweight. Crawford's a dog, man. A lot of people don't talk about it. But I want to get an opinion. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a. Look, everyone's trying to break it. Breaking Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford terms. Like, it's not the actual. Okay, this is what I wanted to show up. This is what I wanted to show. It's Terrence Crawford putting a little bit of work in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Because he's back in shape doing what he's doing. Hold on, let me my internet tripping a little bit. Hold on. All right, here we go. By the way, if y'all don't know, that's that old school training right there. No music. Y'all don't understand how hard it is to train with no music. I used to train at a boxing gym, man. I used to want to put some music on. He said, man, what you doing in my gym? There ain't no music in here. You better turn that off. Like, damn. One of the hardest things, then. Sheesh. Oh. My bad, y'all. I wasn't fast enough to turn the music off. I was gonna get copyrighted like a motherfucker. I probably already did, but yeah, then all right. I wasn't fast enough to get the music. I didn't expect that because I was talking that shit. I was like, he don't train no. Anyways, what y'all think though? How y'all feeling?
Serious about what I say I'm gonna do.
They're talking about November, you and Spence in Vegas. Any truth to that?
We'll see. We'll see. You know, I hope that we can get that fight made. And, you know, give y'all what y'all looking for.
And if that fight happens, do you move up after that?
After I win, yeah.
So he said it right there. He said that's the fight he wants. He said that's the fight he's looking for. How y'all feel about that? I don't know. A lot of people was always saying that Terrence Crawford was the one holding up. Where'd that come from? But anyways, a lot of people were saying that Terrence Crawford was the one that was holding everything up. He couldn't make the fight happen. But why, as soon as he became a free agent, he's able to make the fight happen? It don't make no sense. Someone make it make sense. I don't want to be too biased, though. That's disrespectful. So let's see what's going on the Earl Spence side of the game. Let's see if he got any footage. You know what I'm saying? Training footage. I don't really see none. Well, I'll say this just to end on that note. As far as the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford subject, I think this is going to be an amazing fight if it gets made. I have confidence it's going to get made. But remember, everything is just most likely verbally agreed to. Nothing actually has been signed. But if it gets made, I think it's going to get made. Great fight. I'm not going to pick yet. Great fight. All right, last but not least, we got to get into the Devin Haney open workout, media workout. We're definitely not going to do the whole media workout because that's not necessary, but we're gonna watch a couple of these workouts, see what's going on, man. It's crazy to me sometimes when I be thinking about it though. Like this weekend's gonna be crazy. It should be, because I really do believe that Triple G is really gonna showcase something that we ain't never expect from him. I think people are underestimating Triple G. I think people are disrespecting him. I know I'm just kind of going into a little rant, but that's just how I personally feel, man. The disrespect that Triple G is getting up for this upcoming fight, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Y'all gonna learn though. I'm gonna tell y'all that.
Undisputed champ of the world. Pound for pound best. Legacy in action.
I think he's gonna stop Cambosos in this fight, man.
Super live. All night long. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Super slick, boss man. Super slick. Super slick. Boom, 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 boom.
Look cold, man. Sheesh.
That's it, Lord. That's it, Lord. Boss, you're the master. You take the overseer. Don't you back up. Hey, Hill. That is me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, my God. Lean on me, too. Woo. You the boss with the king. That's it, Lord. Wait a minute, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Walk speed. Walk speed. Yes, sir. All the way up. This is me.
Devin Haney looking crazy. He look like he's finna be the greatest ever. Bro, look crazy, man. Sheesh.
Undisputed truth. Undisputed truth with no excuse.
DHP. Sheesh, man, that was crazy, man. That mid work was crazy, man. I'm happy I watched that. That mid work was crazy. Devin Haney's looking crazy, man. George Cambosos, watch out. Watch out. I gotta watch. Okay. Let me get one more video. One more Devin Haney joint. Hold up. Actually, man, fuck it. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna try to speed into his open workout. Cause I'm like, man, I don't want to watch no old shit. Him hitting the speed bag. I gotta see more of that mid work. That was crazy. That was legendary. So we're gonna watch some of that. I'm telling you, man. I think he finna stop George Cambosos this time, man. I don't even think it's a question, man. I think that's what it is. And that was part of the open workout right there. I think what's that everything? What? That was crazy. But okay, this is what I'm gonna throw this up. All right, so last we're gonna show this little part right here. That was some crazy ass mid work. I got nothing but respect for that, man. For real. That's greatness, thing. They ain't nothing but greatness, thing.
$59 worth time.
I'm telling you, man. Cambosos, man, you better be careful, man. He started coming to his own, man. It's on another level. It's great, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, I think he's gonna knock out Cambosos, man. I think he's gonna knock him out, man. He's gonna stop him. It's gonna be nasty. It's my personal opinion. No disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's how I feel. I think he's gonna knock him out. I think it's gonna be easy work. No, I'm not. I don't think it's gonna be easy work. I think it's gonna be entertaining. But all in all, like really what I want to get to is this weekend. We got Triple G versus Canelo. And first and foremost, I do want to say salute. Salute to everybody who's in the chat tonight. Salute to Jose Samuel. Appreciate you, lost one as always, man. Let me get everybody. Oh, Patrick, of course, man. Patrick Scenarios always with the great shit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Johnny Bouget. Salute. And then on the troll side of the game, salute to trolls, man. Appreciate it all, man. Appreciate the love. But what I really want to just, point out, what I really want to focus on when it comes to this entire stream is, at the end of the day, Canelo versus Triple G3 is actually happening. I never thought it would. And it's happening not tomorrow, but the next day, in 2 days. It's crazy. So you already know we're going to be Fluence Lounge for that. We're going to be live, going crazy. Make sure y'all join. Even the trolls, I don't care. Hop in. We're going to have a good time. Man, I really hope Triple G gets that dub. I really do. We closing in on Crawford versus Earl Spence actually happening. Is this for real? Somebody bench me. It's a dream. Nah, it's happening. Not only that, Tyson Fury versus AJ might be a possibility. Devin, Haney, Cambosos 2 is coming. It's crazy, man. All the fights that are happening, all the things that are coming, man. I'm so excited for everything. I can't wait. Make sure y'all keep, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all keep tapping in, man. Showing love. You feel me? Whatever the case may be. Make sure if you come in here, if you're going to troll, man, hit the like button while you troll. Or whatever the case may be. Just subscribe, nigga. Show some love. Salute to everyone who really supported. Talk that, you know what I'm saying? Box your shit. Lost one. Jose Samuel, nothing but love. Patrick Scenarios, nothing but love. We here forever, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the time you got. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when you don't got it. Appreciate everybody out there, man. Enjoy your night. Friday's tomorrow, man. The weekend's here. Ooh. Enjoy that. Much love to people. As always, stay blessed, not stressed on the Arnold Schwarzenegger side of the game. I'll be back with some more boxing.